got the music off, I think. It's weird because I can't hear it. See who is hello pork chop, Lisa, and Mr. Steve. How are y'all? Hopefully the audio's coming in. I forgot to check it again, but let me check this audio. Check 1, 2. Yeah, I see little green dots lighting up, so should be in good shape. Anyway, how are y'all doing this evening? It's been a busy day. Wasabi pork chop. I tell you what, that's one of the hottest things I ever put in my mouth is wasabi. That's some hot stuff. How's it going, Steve? I hope you're doing well. Is it getting cool up there yet? We got rain coming, but I think Pork Chop said it was the rain that we have coming. It might be coming out of the east from a hurricane out that way. But I don't know. Boy, I just got out of the shower a few minutes ago and went over to my mom's and did a little work. Learning experience for me. I've never done it. Hello, Mr. Tim. By the way, your package is in the mail, as well as Lisa's. So I did good. I made it to the post office today. Didn't think I was going to get there till tomorrow, but before I headed to town, I went by the post office. Anyway, can't stay long. Well, at least you're here. Anyway, didn't have a whole lot to talk about, but I did mention it last night. Did y'all who do Spark get your check? I did some research on that, and apparently this was old news. Where did I do with it? I had it opened up on the tab. Anyway, apparently they was talking about it in 2024, but maybe y'all got your checks. This area, the further south you go, I think, the more behind the apps are. Like all the stuff with DoorDash and stuff, like your levels and all of that. It took it a while to get down this way, but apparently it made it. There's something that keeps setting my lights off out there. Must be a cat lurking around. I had a bad voice text with Steve today. So now everyone is pea suckers. Okay. Usually when Steve texts me, he's sharing some really good music. Usually. I hear a phone. What am I? Oh, China dolls. Boy, they are on. They have been offering some really crappy stuff. Well, ago it was some kind. Well, actually, Steve might have been interested in that. It was some kind of safety harness with a belt. What was that? Why am I opening it up? I got it right here. Gait belt with leg straps. I don't know nothing about any of that. Drone Days, man, that's been a long time since I heard you. I heard someplace you. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Oh, a bird feeder. You know how many of these silly bird feeders I have done with the camera? Well, let's see if this one has a camera in it. Yeah, it's got the camera in it. I don't. Right now. Ooh. Ooh, there we go. Don't care anything about that. And it's ridiculous the price of the, and all of them are this high. $200. Nope. No, I don't believe in safety anymore. Just jump off and hope for the best, right? Tim means voice text. Oh, voice to text. Gotcha. I haven't really done that much. I know a lot of people that do, but I haven't done it that much. I guess you have to. I'm sure if I did it a couple of times, I would understand how to do it, but I don't know. I just don't mess with that much. Anyway, so Steve, are you going to get back on your roundtable schedule now that school's going and summertime's coming into an end? I haven't really kept up, but I just didn't know if he's going to get back to the roundtable or. Kim misses that a lot. That was kind of her thing on Thursday nights. You may have too much going on nowadays to really do that. And it takes a lot of time devotion to do YouTube and all of that. Steve is Captain Peace Sucker for sure. Well, I'm still enjoying my bird feeder, one of the only China doll items that didn't break yet. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're good, but what gets me is you have to subscribe. It tells you that it identifies birds and all that, but it doesn't tell you that you have to subscribe to that whatever the app is. I forget. I guess I left my. I had some music playing on my speaker in the bathroom. Like I said, I took a shower earlier, so. Vera. Oh. We have not discussed it yet, but there is something huge in the works. Okay, cool. Yeah, those bird feeders, I don't know. I think I gave, let's see, I had one at my mom's. No, it was a hummingbird feeder. I don't know. It was a bird feeder. I don't know. Then I don't even know what I did with it. I think I gave it away. And actually, there's one over on Emily's fence that been they're just sitting there for 2-3 years. I don't know. Been out there riding the storm. Fighting the squirrels off becomes a full-time job. Oh, I tell you, that's one of the. I don't know if you was here when I mentioned it a while ago. I had to go over to my mom's today, and it's one of the issues one of the reasons why I had to go over there. They had a hole under the eave about that big on one side and the backyard, and then about the same size on the end of the house. So, and then she heard some squirrels up in the attic. So went over there. She went and got some foam filled it up, but I got a live trap and put a peanut butter, what do you call it, salty crunch peanut butter granola bar thing. I don't know. Put it in there in the trap, and because I don't. Well, I didn't want the squirrels dying in the attic if we sealed up the holes. Well, hopefully they'll get in there. Home office. Oh, we might ought to look at that one. This is from my other agent. It says home office, okay. Oh, it's a 2-drawer file cabinet, just like the one I already got. And what's crazy about it is it's exactly the same 2-drawer cabinet filing cabinet that I already did because I went to the product page and my video is on the products page. So I don't know if they want another video by the same creator. I don't know, but I took a couple on a one-way trip to the bar. Yeah, fighting the squirrel. Well, if Well, she didn't hear any squirrels today. I think she said her last night. So I don't know. I don't know if there was any up there. I just didn't want them dying up in the attic because, a mouse on the wall stinks bad enough. I don't know if y'all have ever experienced that, but it gets pretty rank. So a squirrel is going to be a lot worse. So thank you, Brandon. I like forward to testing out the new mine. Oh, I got you. Yeah, yours actually, according to this from the post office, yours is supposed to be in on the 8th. Lisa shows the 10th. We'll see. I think last time I sent you something, it got there like a day before. I think the YouTube videos of sound will drive them out. Squirrels where? Wait, there's something. Yeah, well, if these squirrels get in that trap, I told her if my grandson comes by there, I said, just pull the ladder down from the attic and just, you don't have to go in the attic because I got it sitting right there. And obviously there's been something up there, where there's a big rat or a squirrel. I don't know. No noise after I play it for a while. Oh, got either drives them away or entertains them or puts them to sleep. One of the three, But yeah, I don't know. I told her to get him to check. I said, if you hear a bunch of rattling going up in the attic, just holler at me. And she's about 10 minutes away from me. I can run over there. My main thing is I want them out of the attic and not dying in the attic. It's no love lost if they don't make it. But don't want them meeting their maker in the attic. I don't even think she's probably not on the live because I think she was getting ready. When I left, she was starting to get ready for the Dallas Cowboys and I think it's Philadelphia Eagles. I think that's who was playing. I tell you, she watches football a whole lot more than I do. We discussed that before, didn't we? Oh, my granddaughter sticks in fundraiser for the City View Band. I looked at that thing. She said, she might have put it on Facebook or something. $32 for a little candle, like the ones at Walmart, or like that one right back there. $32. Or you can just donate $20, and I think that's what I'm going to do is just donate $20 because I'm not paying $32 for a candle that size. I want one this big, that tall, if I'm paying that much. Used to be a place in Irving, Texas. I'm sure they're all over the place, but they made candles. And I had bought a pecan pie candle there one time, and in my old house that burnt down, in my room, there was a bathroom, and I could put that candle on the back of the toilet tank. And when you walked in, I never lit it, but you could walk in the front door of the house and you could smell pecan pie. It was that good of a candle, if you like pecan pie. I guess some people may not like it like I do, but and you don't really get nose blind to it either. It smells good. But anyway, very random stuff tonight. I am very random. Man, I wish I could make it to St. Louis or to Springfield tomorrow night. Ray Nash Womble's having that get together up there. Maybe next time. It'd be kind of cool if we could. I don't know. I really don't know what would be between Denver and Springfield, and Texas would be right down here. So drive straight north. Topeka? I don't know. I can't make it either. Wait, yeah, you said you had something going on. I remember that, but I don't remember what it was. Maybe it's probably some catering orders. Making money is more important than spending money right now. I understand that one completely. The little kickback from Walmart helped me a little bit, though. That took care of my car payment. I've been watching a few videos here and there on drones lately, and apparently you can't even get DJI drones in the U.S. right now. The guy that I watched earlier today, or listened to really, was he ordered his from South Korea, and everybody was telling him that you can't get the yeah, but he was saying you can't get the DJI care, or some of his followers were saying that you can't get the DJI care program on anything that you order from South Korea or somewhere else. But he did some research, and you can't get the DJI care program on anything DJI except I think he said a phone holder, like a little gimbal. But man, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Is it because of the tariffs and all that, or is it? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, get good parts. There's a guy I've been watching lately. His channel is Worth It or Not. He had it was a little quadcopter. You know, it wasn't like it. It was just like a square, but it had a 4K with it had the gimbal on the front, but it was like a 3-axis or a 4-axis, and it actually I don't think. Oh yeah, he went up the stairs, walking up the stairs in the house, and it followed him up the stairs because you went up the stairs and then you turned and turned again, and it followed him up the stairs, and it wasn't as expensive. I think, if I remember right, it was $400 or $500. I can't remember. It was a really cool drone. My only thoughts on those is where I live in this part of Texas, we have winds a lot. I mean, not high winds, but 10 to 20 miles an hour, and those lightweight drones, they're going to catch the wind. I because I've reviewed a couple of the El Cheapos, and they do fine as long as there's no wind. But if you get a little bit of wind, they go all over the place. I wound up just having to hit land and get them down on the ground before they went bye-bye. But I don't know. Someday I'll get one, but I don't have time to do anything right now anyway. So yeah, I was thinking like the big Phantoms, and that size of drone, they would probably handle the winds a lot better. But I don't know. That last drone that I did, it was actually pretty easy to fly a drone, and it controlled really well. My only issue was the camera, and that's what's important to me. I don't care if they can do loops and all of that. I don't care anything about it, but what I care about is the camera quality. And it would be nice to have one, so when I do reviews like on fishing stuff or camping stuff, I can get some different angles for B-roll, and that would be kind of cool. For Amazon, you don't need that, but YouTube, you kind of want to entertain a little bit, I guess. I fly more with the RC plane types. I used to want an RC plane. There was a F-14. I watched one on the F-14 the other day. Man, that thing was bad. It was really cool. Anyway, get a small enough one that you don't need the pilot license. But yeah, I think you don't need it unless you're using it commercially. And I guess if I was using it for YouTube, yeah, I could play dumb, I guess. But if they weigh over, what is it, 250 kilograms or something, you have to register them. But, oh yeah, under 250 grams. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But I was thinking you didn't have to get the pilot license unless you were using it commercially. If you're just using it for playing, you don't have to get the commercial license, but you still have to register it if it's over that 250. But I could be wrong. There was a guy, man, I must have a hair out there. Too much cocaine, I guess. I don't know. I'm not doing this. Man, what's that guy's name? I'm gonna have to. He's all about drones. That's his whole channel. Has been for a few years. What am I looking for? Dirty Shoes Adventures. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Switch account. There's Dirty Shoes Adventures. Let me look real quick. I can't remember what his name is. He's an older guy. Probably maybe a little bit younger than me, but he's around my age. Been a long time since I watched. Well, I watched him a couple months ago. I was going through my old subscriptions on this Dirty Shoes Adventures channel to see who was still putting videos out, and a bunch of them I used to watch no longer put videos out. Where did it go? He gets a little goofy sometimes. Yeah. Oh well, not that important. Can't even remember what his real name was, but so that's his channel name. Oh well. Dung Booga Suga. DJI Mini would have been good for you, but not anymore. Yeah, that guy had ordered the DJI 3. Wait, that I can find because I just got to look back at random reviews, log back on there, and just look at my history because I just watched that one yesterday. There's history. DJI refused to cover my drone. Outdoor Prepper was his name. DJI Mini 4 Pro is what he had ordered from, I believe it was South Korea. Mom might be joining the Cowboy game. It's suspended due to severe thunderstorms in the area. They're telling the people in the stands to go seek shelter. Wow, where are they playing at? I haven't. Are they in Dallas? Where where is this? I don't even know where the new stadium is. It used to be in Irving, but I don't know if it's still in Irving or not. New window. I don't pay much attention. Now that's Cowboy. Oh, 20 to 24. Hello, Mr. Ray. So I don't know where that Cowboys versus Eagles live streaming score. Breaking lightning delay. Game suspended. And Cowboys will do anything if they're losing. I'm just playing. I don't even know. I don't know where they're playing. Oh, they're playing Philadelphia. Okay. Probably a pretty good game if it's 20 to 24. I'm going to go watch the Henrietta, whatever they are, and I guess the Burkburnett Bulldogs. My grandson plays for Henrietta. So I'm going to go eat dinner with my aunt and uncle and mom and my other aunt and uncle. And then come back and watch football game. And then come back and get loaded up for Bowie to go to Saturday. So I am late. I was getting stuff ready for leaving here tomorrow. Oh, that's cool. We just been chilling, just talking about a little bit of everything, drones and now the Cowboys game and bird feeders and spark checks. If you got any qualified ripped off tips that was a technical issue, which we all knew. We all knew they was ripping us off. Just there was no way to prove it. You know, we've known it for, what am I doing, 4 years? And I'm sure they was doing it long before that. All of them's done it. Was DoorDash done it 3 times now? They're probably still doing it. And Uber's probably done it. Technical issues. And then they say what I read earlier is they said the customers was not charged the tips that they had added. They weren't charged those because of the glitch in the system. But Walmart decided to go ahead and pay the Spark drivers for their inconvenience, and they paid interest on it too. I mean, that was cool, but they're trying to polish a turd. Excuse the language, but that's exactly what they were doing. I realized that pulling all the stuff out of the other vehicles that I sold recently, I threw everything in here. Seems I had a lot of stuff to move. Was that Shay Snuff? I can't remember. I think it's Shay Snuff. I wish I'd had a reason to get all the stuff out of my car and move it over into a pickup. But man, after looking at prices, I don't know. They're expensive. I really need one though. There's a lot of things I'd like to do if I had to pick up. Kayaks, a little enclosed trailer, maybe a little camping trailer. But that's all going to come next summer. Well, hopefully. If she's in earshot. Yep. If you're around Miss Wendy, howdy. The vehicle's clear as it's going to be. For now, I'll be getting the rest another day. It's third next year. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. You know, they talk about passive income and all that, and how that people are, you know, they used to show the people sitting on the beaches drinking Mai Tais while they're making money. And I agree with that to an extent, but I don't think you're going to do that year round. But you know, a month or so out of the year, I think you could do it. And that's what I'm shooting for, is to be able to take off, you know, a couple of weeks here and there. And I mean, right now I can take off a week and I've still got money coming in. But you gotta keep the wheel rolling if you want to keep the money flowing. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, but it would be nice. And I am seriously. Let me ask y'all something. I think we talked about this before. I'm seriously considering with this channel getting more into like tips on doing YouTube and stuff like that. And I realize there's a lot of big people out there that's got big channels and all that, but I don't know. Sometimes it's might be easier to communicate with somebody that's not so big that will actually answer your questions. Because, you know, if you ask a lot of these big gurus questions, then they never respond. They don't even click the heart, nothing. They don't look. Even some of the bigger reviewers, you know, I've asked a couple of questions on products and they don't talk to you back. And, you know, I would like to be able to do that. And I don't have all the answers, but I can talk about what I've experienced. And I've had 3 people asking about Amazon, and I can cover that too, how to kind of get into that. And, you know, it's up to them what they do with it, but I don't know. But I need to do something with this channel because I don't want to just let it just die out. I'd like to have 2. I'd like to get Dirty. Next year, I'm hoping to get Dirty Shoes Adventures going back again. At least, you know, maybe one upload a week or once every 2 weeks, something. Whether it's fishing, camping. And on this channel, I was trying to put some products on here that gig workers can use. You know, like tire inflators, flashlights, things like that. But it doesn't really create enough views to mess with. But I don't know. It was just an idea because I don't want to let it die out. I worked hard to get this stuff to this channel, and a lot of you guys helped me, and girls helped me get this channel up. And I just hate to just grow a tree and then cut it down before it's fully grown, you know. And, well, I wouldn't want to cut it down when it's fully grown, but you know what I'm saying. The roots are planted and it's grown. I hate to just let it die out. Need to do some tree trimming and spruce it up. I think the personal experience is way to go. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, like Nick Nimmin, he has his lives on Saturday mornings, and he will answer questions. You just have to post the questions, and then if you get on there early enough, they'll get to your question. They helped me a couple of times, but as far as just commenting on their videos and stuff, none of them hardly. Brian G. Johnson does, but of course he's not. I mean, he's a big channel, but he's not near what Nick Nimmin is. But I don't know. I don't know. I just want to do something, and if I can keep my work stuff down like it is right now, I'll be able to do that. I've only got 2 products that needs to be reviewed by tomorrow, and I've got the cast iron and the little printer, and there was a third thing, but those just came in like 2 or 3 days ago, so I'm not really worried about them much. You have to click the link in the description and fill out the form, and then they'll get to you, or super chat. Yeah, they've answered a couple of mine, but you got to get on there early enough because there'll be a bunch of questions. Did you make it to the post office today? Yes, I did. Mr. Tim's and Miss Lisa's stuff is on their way. Tim's will be there supposedly the 8th, and Lisa's should be there on the 10th. I guess hers had a little further to go, but not that much further. But I don't know, just what they said. I got a little better idea of what shipping fees cost. I was close. It was close enough. Yeah, we could do like we can make the live streams on here, like maybe 30 minutes of just questions and answers or anything like that. And then what I don't know, we could open up a window and do a little research together and find out. And then 30 minutes of just chilling. I don't know, we could split it up or something. That's an idea. Because like I said, I don't have all the answers. I don't know. I've been watching these guys for 10 years, so I got a pretty good idea. Some of the ones teaching YouTube now hadn't been watching, they ain't been around YouTube 10 years. But they got the gift of gab. So, and they are good car salesmen, shall we say. So their channels grew. It's not that they really know. They can just keep it rolling and keep people's interest, and I don't know. And I don't have that bubbly personality and all that, but we can try it. All else fails, I don't know what we'll do. Do something with it. Hello, Zabak. I'm bubbly enough. Just enough to keep from getting bored, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I just rattle just to keep from silence. I don't like silence. And like a while ago when I was trying to find that link, I realized there was some silence, and I was trying to talk, but you got to keep saying something, whether you're just reciting the alphabet or something. Otherwise, people don't think that you're just snoozing away. Of course, that's a possibility too. I'm not really tired tonight, and I should have been. I was getting my schedule back on track, and I messed up last night. I stayed up later than I should have, and then I went in there and watched Bonanza. But And then I woke up with a terrible headache. So I wound up taking some ibuprofens, went back to sleep, and then it was noon. But I don't know. Are the leaves falling in the trees up there yet? I was been seeing some videos from like up in Ohio and stuff, and their leaves are starting to fall, and they're wearing long sleeve shirts. I'm tired tonight and still have to pack stuff up for the trip. How far is it? I didn't realize it'd be that far. Check out the MeTV. You will like it. MeTV. Oh, classic. Oh, it's got Gunsmoke on there. Hogan's Heroes. Cool. Now, I do watch MASH sometimes here and there. I enjoy a lot of. I wonder if they have Gilligan's Island and stuff like that, which a lot of them I really like, but I couldn't binge watch like Gilligan's Islands and Hogan's Heroes and Baa Baa Black Sheep. I like them, and I watch a few of them, and then maybe watch something different. But it's free broadcast channel. I wonder if it's on Roku. Can you get it through Roku? Well, that TV, it's just a Samsung. I don't know where. I'll have to look it up on that TV, I guess. I'm watching some old British shows on YouTube at present. Baa Baa Black Sheep. Pappy, yeah. Pappy Boynton. What was that? P-38s, wasn't it? That they was flying? By using your site, we agree that the third parties may use cookies. Okay, whatever. I'll leave that open, and I can go look it up on the other TV and add that app, I guess, or whatever. However you do it. Yeah, I didn't know how to spell Corsairs. Oh, okay. I made the mistake. Well, it wasn't really a mistake, but on Marketplace, I've been looking at pickups and stuff, and I saw some boats, and then the airplane popped up. So I started looking at that airplane, just the heck of it, And now I'm seeing a lot of big boats and airplanes popping up on Marketplace. Over the air. Probably not here. Well, it depends on. Actually, this TV, growing up where I did, we had 3 channels, 2 of which were local. One of them was out of Lawton, Oklahoma. We had channel 3, we had CBS and NBC. And then channel 7 out of Lawton was ABC, and it would come in fuzzy. And then if you was lucky, on a good clear night, KERA, which was PBS, coming out of Dallas or Arlington, somewhere down there in the DFW area. Look up Ford Corsair. Tim, we had those in the UK. Mid-60s. I saw something on Facebook earlier. Apparently, a guy that owned a car dealership put supposed to be the biggest time capsule underground in a concrete vault. He put a Chevy Vega, brand new with 0 miles, and then I think it was a Kawasaki motorcycle, and then a lot of miscellaneous things that were being used in I guess 1975, because it was 50 years. The guy died in 99, but he had left a note to open it up at the 50th year mark. I thought, man, the Chevy Vega wouldn't be the top of my list of cars, but it'd be kind of cool if you had one with 0 miles on it, you know. I never had a Vega, but 3 channels and we were happy. Yeah, channel 7, you could go over there and move the rabbit ears or put tinfoil on them and get it just right. And the KERA, the PBS, they had a lot of the British broadcasting. What was those? The 2 Ronies or 2 Ronnies or whatever. And there were some of those shows that as a kid we wasn't really supposed to be watching because they were a little bit vulgar. So we wasn't supposed to be watching them, but you know, we were kids. Yeah. And then we went on vacation down to my aunt and uncle's in Gulfport, Mississippi, and they had cable TV. We didn't have cable TV. Man, and I'd watch MTV a lot, but that's back when it was music. It was music videos. The 2 Ronnies were funny. Yeah. Used to watch Benny Hill. Benny Hill was the other one I was trying to remember. Yeah, we wasn't really supposed to watch that one, but we did. Every once in a while, a girl's boobs would flash. You know, when you're 14, 13. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. NBC, CBS, and ABC, and PBS. That was it. And now, this TV, I didn't have an antenna on it, but I had a TV in here. I got rid of it. Some guy wanted it. I posted it. I was going to put it in the trash can. I was like, you know what? It's a good TV. It's old. You know, I mean, it's a flat screen, but it wasn't a smart TV, and nobody wants to pay for those. So I just put it on there for free. The lady and man came over, just probably close to my age, a little bit younger, and you could tell that they were very happy to get that TV. So I was glad that somebody that really wanted and needed a TV. Anyway, I took the antenna from it and put it on my TV in the bedroom. And it gets quite a few channels. I really don't know what all. There's like channel 3 and 6 and 7 is what we used to have, but now there's like 5 channel 3s, like 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. I hate the digital stuff, but it is kind of cool to get that. But I live so far out. Well, I don't know if it's distance or not, because my mom lives closer, and her still gets the pixelating on the digital. I need to find a really good antenna, especially for her, because she watches a lot of TV. But yeah. I bet MeTV is one you get. I'm gonna look. Because what I've been doing lately is just going on YouTube, and there's the channel Classic TV, I think, and it's got like Bonanza, Green Acres, High Chaparral. Freebie is a great channel. There used to be some channels around. Now they may have blocked them all, but you could watch them on your computer and stuff. But it was the movies that were literally out at the movies right now, and some of them wasn't even out of the movies yet. I mean, there was all kind of shady, but you know, Wild Wild West. Chaperone is good. Yeah, I watched that. YouTube has a lot of free movies. My only issue with YouTube, and you don't have that issue because you pay for YouTube. I remember you talking about that. On the computer and on my phone, YouTube is great. But when I go to watch it in there, you have 3 minutes of commercials about every 10 minutes. And that gets annoying. Sometimes it's 3 minutes, sometimes it's 50 seconds, which I understand. That's how we make our money on YouTube. But man, yeah, I would love to have it, but I don't want to spend no more money than what I have to right now. And I don't watch it enough on the TV in there to make it worth it. What really started annoying me is ads during live streams. Yeah, well, if these people wouldn't turn the monetization on at the beginning of the live stream, if you set it up through StreamYard, you don't really get that option unless you go over on YouTube, and then you can set it up for monetization. But if you don't set it up, you shouldn't get any ads. Well, I don't put them on there at all. And then after the live stream, sometimes I remember to go monetize, do it for monetization. Sometimes I forget. Make it a nickel or dime or whatever. Of course, people like Nick Nimmin and stuff that has lots of people watching. Maybe it pays more, but yeah, I watched Boston Mad Trapper last week. It was nice. Good night, everybody. Have fun and safe trip, Mr. Wumble. Well, good night, Pork Chop. Hope you have a lovely day. Weekend's nearly here. Hopefully you got something fun planned. Maybe if Ray gets something else planned, you can come up there too, and we can all go to it. Anyway, it is almost 10 o'clock, isn't it? I'm kind of, I don't know what channel this would be. I wonder if you could Google if this channel is available in Wichita Falls, Texas. Is Me TV available in Wichita Falls, Texas? Yes, MeTV is available in Wichita Falls, Texas area through KSWO Digital Subscriber 7.3. If you're using an antenna, it is also via various cable, satellite, and streaming providers like Spectrum, Fidelity Communications, Sparklight, formerly Cable One, DirecTV, Dish, Friendly TV, Philo, and Sling. I don't know what those are. 7.3 is what it's saying it is. So I do get that. I do know. I guess I just flipped through it. I've been considering doing something like what Pedro did. Yeah, I would. I can find your instructions to build your own HDTV antenna, cheap and easy, or just Google the instructions. Yeah, we could have some, 2 or 3 giveaways or something. Must be President to win. Yeah, I'm going to check that out for sure. I like the older shows. I don't really the newer stuff. I don't really care that much for. Of course, I don't watch much of the stuff now. I mean, like King of Queens, I think was probably the newest show that I still like, and that's what 20 years old or so. So I don't even really know what's on TV anymore. But I do watch King of Queens, but most of my stuff that I watch is like Gunsmoke, and I tried watching Bewitched, and I like it, but I don't know, it was more interesting when I was 10 years old. I was thinking about not doing a GigCon. I was going to call it Gig Meetup and have it in Nashville, Tennessee. Man, so pretty out there. Y'all don't realize how pretty of an area y'all live in. Well, I don't know exactly about Ray, but St. Louis, all over there, that's so pretty. When you're used to north central Texas and it's flat and 90% of your trees are mesquites and pecans. I mean, pecan trees and cottonwoods is a crappy tree, but it's a big, tall tree. But the majority of the trees here are just mesquites, and it's just flat and hot and ugly. The water is mud, I guess if you live around all that nicer stuff, you don't think much about it. When you're from around here, man, you get in eastern Oklahoma and East Texas and north and east of there, it's so pretty. And then over in northern New Mexico and Colorado and Utah, all up in there. I watch a Korean shows and dramas that are way better than American shows, believe it or not. Really? I like the Teenage Witch, mostly like the Talking Cat. I don't know what it is. There's a big lake to go fishing down there too. I've never been there. And I can take you to a lot of places in St. Louis that's not so pretty and downright dangerous. Well, I remember Pedro talking about that. Was it East St. Louis? I think that's what it was. We was told, I've been, when we took that family trip back in 2005-ish, somewhere in there. I know, like down there by the river and stuff, you got a bunch of little bars and stuff. I could see where that could get a little exciting late at night, but when we was there, it looked like a fun place to hang out, especially if you was younger. There's a lot of great places around here. I've filmed at the lake before. Yeah, well, I know sometimes you got your camera setting up and y'all are driving, and I'm like, it looks like y'all are driving through a state park. It's so pretty. But I just didn't know if that's where you was at or if all of where you lived was like that. Of course, I guess with things like that, you got to worry about deer running out and trying to join you in the front seat of the car. But we've got deer and hogs here, but as far as the big trees and the windy roads and up and down hills, and we don't have none of that. There's great places to see around the world, but all have some dodgy areas. Some dodgier than others. Some you won't walk around in the daytime, let alone at night. Yeah, well, my understanding is, and I haven't been up there in a while, but even Lawton, Oklahoma, they say it's dangerous. Even going to Walmart, and people that lived, I knew somebody that lived right outside of Lawton, and she said, you don't want to go to Walmart at night. She goes, I live here. No, none of the locals will go out in the evening because all the gangbangers up there. Hello, Lisa Coleman. My worst DoorDash day ever. Uh-oh. That does not sound like a good day for sure. We have deers that walk around our back garden. I ain't got nothing around here. I got a bunch of cats around here, and I think a fox here and there. I've seen one twice. One or three times, but once I'm not real sure if it was a fox. It's kind of hard to tell on this camera. Kathy Hughes Johnson, howdy, howdy. New faces. New faces. Mystery Life, howdy. I got banned last week from DoorDash. Ooh. I haven't done DoorDash, man, I don't even know how long now. I got, what do you call it? Kicked off of Uber. But I still have DoorDash, and I actually turned Spark on, was it day before yesterday? But it's been a while. It's been a while. Been trading stocks now. Ooh. I know what you're talking about, but I'm sitting there thinking, I'm about as much redneck. I'm thinking, was it Herefords? What kind of stock? Cows, goats? I know what you're talking about though. They came out this morning to find a little footprints on the windscreen. No chicken feet footprints this time though. You got a bunch of chickens running around there too? You're sporking. Yeah. Personally, I went from Uber and DoorDash and Grubhub to strictly just doing Spark because you don't stay as busy as what you do on DoorDash, but you don't use the mileage on your car like you do with DoorDash and the food delivery. And the pay is per delivery is a lot more than DoorDash is. But like I said, you don't get as many orders, but if you don't mind sitting a little bit, you can still make more. I think you can still make more money doing Spark. But different areas are going to be different ways. And I haven't done Spark in 4 months now. Well, but longer than that, I guess. Maybe March. Been a while. Yeah, about 4 months. I don't know. A Payne. Howdy, howdy. I'm not with Uber. Nope. They what my issue, they switched. You have to do the annual background check, and they switched who did the background check, and they was having a lot of people getting deactivated. and I was one of them. And one of the things, well, actually, it was two things that come back on me that was not me. Apparently, I had some kind of warrants or something in the state of Arizona, and I've never been to Arizona except when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. And then I flew over Arizona once, going to Las Vegas and coming back from Las Vegas. I had never been to Arizona. It was just a different name. They didn't check social security numbers and all that. And then they had something else on me, which is probably because of the previous employer. But I never hardly did Uber anymore anyway, because I was just strictly doing Spark. So I didn't fight it. I did clear up the warrant thing, and then they cleared me on that, and they took that off my background check. But they may have went back to the one they used to use. I don't know. But anyway, I would say Spark's better personally, but nobody dashing anymore. A lot of the people that I know that that was into DoorDash and all that, kind of moving to different things, and that was the whole thing. Back when I started doing it, it's a good full time job. I mean, you can definitely do it full time, but you can also be working on other things while you're doing it, especially during Spark. Like I said, sometimes you sit around in the parking lot, but you can be working on something else, and that's what I've done. And now I don't even do a delivery. I mean, like I said, I turned Spark on a couple of days ago because I was at Walmart and I just wanted to see the orders, and it was there. I got one offer. I only turned it on for 30 minutes. I got one offer, and it was going in the opposite direction that I wanted to be going. So I let it time out. Anyway, I'm looking to go back to door dashing soon. Now, I haven't even seen a Proxy Pix pop up about in the last week and a half. I'm assuming I'm still logged in. Yeah, I'm still logged in. Just hasn't nothing come up in the last week or two. And the ones that was coming up, it was like, we talked about it. It was like 22 miles away, and it was paying $22. So that was, or $20, and that would be 40 miles. It was crazy. Yeah. Well, it was no love lost with Uber because Uber had went downhill here. Originally when I first started doing all this, it was Grubhub and Uber. And Grubhub, every order I got was $18 to $24. It didn't matter if it was going a mile or 10 miles. They paid great. I was driving a Yukon XL and still putting money in the bank. And you can guess what kind of gas mileage those get. But you could really make some money back, 4 years ago. And probably before that. That's just when I got into it. Mike Tyson is about to fight again. Really? He's going to keep on, and somebody's going to kill him just accidentally. It's kind of like after the last fight was thrown. Yeah. Proxy Pix has been so slow. Yeah. That's not too bad. We did 2 today, though. One yesterday. Push it to the limit. Talking about Tyson, I've been seeing a little bit of David Lee Roth, and there comes a time in people's careers when they need to just live off a history of what was, and don't try to put yourself out there on stage anymore, because you're going to run yourself in the ground. It's like people be making fun of you. He's horrible. I mean, probably, I don't know if y'all, like Johnny Cash, his last couple of songs, how bad he sounded. I mean, he's old and, was old. But, there's a time you just say no more. And Tyson's probably one of them. Somebody's going to accidentally hit him in the wrong, catching in the temple or something, cause a brain aneurysm or something. He keeps it up. He's old. He's been beat probably over half his life. We had a patient when I worked at a state hospital. He was an ex-pro boxer, more of a sparring partner to the big names, but that's why he was at state hospital. He just been hit way too many times, and he'll never be out of state hospital. Oh, David Lee Roth, or Tyson, one of them. Last Johnny Cash doing the covers was really good. Oh, really? Yeah, but his voice, I mean, it's some of the notes still sounded good, but his voice was nothing like what it used to be. That Earth song is 9 Inch Nails. Johnny covered it. Yeah, well, that's one. I mean, if you liked it, great. But I just compared to what his voice was, and David Lee Roth, man, he's just psychotic. I grew up listening to Van Halen, and actually Sammy Hagar still sounds good. He puts on a YouTube reel or Facebook reel here and there, and he sounds good. Ted Nugent still sounds good. If y'all know who Ted Nugent is. He was heartbroken when he did that album. Yeah, he was. He didn't last long once she died, though. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, little Joey is looking for Timmy. Christopher Cross is a yacht rock like. Christopher Cross is yacht rock like. I never heard. I don't know that terminology. I know who Christopher Cross is, but yacht rock. Hey, I'm curious. Rock out refers to 2018. Grooves of yacht rock tunes. Why do they call it yacht rock? They call it yacht rock because the name of popular, yeah, by a 2005 comedian web series, Southern California. Well, I'd never heard of that before. Yacht rock is a thing for soul 70s. Y'all probably live in big towns and y'all use fancy stuff. I don't know. Yacht rock is what they call that type of music now. It's a fairly new genre for music. They used to call it pillow rock. Michael McDonald is, oh, okay. So it's like contemporary rock. Michael McDonald's a really talented guy. I don't know if is he still alive? He's got to be getting up there in the years, but man, sometimes I'll watch a video on some of the older ones, and then you start getting into that feeds of them. Kenny Loggins, yeah. You're going back, man, the 70s there, 70s and 80s. But who remember? Here's one for y'all. Do y'all remember? My mind just went blink. I know the song that I'm thinking of, and I had his name in my mind. Yeah, Michael Johnson. I don't know. Let's see. Michael Bolton. And of course, he was like what, 80s, late 70s, I guess, and 80s. As far as I know, Michael Johnson only had one good song. Bluer Than Blue. Yeah, he sang Bluer Than Blue. And, you know, you had Leo Sayer. Of course, Air Supply, ones like that. Rod Stewart. I like Rod Stewart. He had some Maggie May, a lot of good songs. Yep. I think probably one of my all-time favorite like bands, and it's not just because of the band, but it's because of what they went through, is Def Leppard. You know, I mean, they're not as old as like Kenny Loggins and all them. Queen, Phil Collins, Susie Quatro. I don't know who that one is, but I probably know a song, but I don't recognize the name. But Def Leppard, I mean, one of them, you know, the drummer lost his arm. One of them had cancer, you know, and they stuck to it. My mom, if she was watching this, she goes, "Y'all don't know nothing. You got Neil Sedaka and Tony Orlando." And then you get on the McGuire sisters, Buddy Holly. I know a lot of the old ones. I like 50s music though. So I pretty much like all music. All music has its place. 48 Crash, 48. Susie was one hot looking bird. Susie Quattro. Susie. Oh. Tell me Google ain't listening. I type in a Susie and it pops. Oh, she was a pretty woman. Was. You can't give me a line. Stumbling in, she's in. Grandpa is a huge Tupac fan. I wouldn't say a huge fan, but you know, I listen to it. Most of it I don't care for, but I'd listen to it. You know, then you can. I don't know all them bands, but you know, I had kids and they listened to a lot of it, and my son even listened to some of that growling music, and I would hear that, and the band sounded great, and then the guy was, and I'm like, How do you even enjoy that? But like I always said, that was their generation of music, and I'm sure my parents did not like AC/DC and Ozzy and Metallica and all what I listened to. So, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I don't knock people's music. It's just a different generation. Some people like others, and some people don't. But some of it I can listen to where in small segments, like oh, some country music. Most of it I like, but some of the old stuff I can, Hank Snow and even Hank Williams himself. Some of those guys I can listen to a little bit, but yeah, no, not for me. I don't like death metal, and some of it's pretty hardcore. Led Zeppelin, yeah. Oh yeah, and then you got Pink Floyd, and I was never a Pink Floyd fan though. I mean, I like some of it, but Tom Jones, I've been listening to a lot of late. Yeah, yeah, he was probably Tom Jones and uh, Conway Twitty. They was kind of that next generation of country music after Hank Snow and Hank Senior and all those. I think they were kind of the next. Tom T. Hall. They were all the next generation. Then you kind of started getting into the Garth Brooks and George Strait and all that. And Van Morrison, yeah, that's 70s for sure there. And then you got Bad Company and yeah, music is good. Yeah, I don't know. But that was one of the things that's kind of killed music, I think, is a lot of them are using auto tuners and all that. And one of the guys, well, I mean, he's not recent, but uh, Axl Rose. If you've ever seen him sing or heard him sing a cappella, that guy's got a good, or he had a good voice. I guess he still does on Guns N' Roses. I mean, yeah, I mean, music backing up, but just a cappella, he actually has a really good voice. I was kind of, I've heard him singing like that. And I was really kind of impressed. I saw Garth Brooks live at Shameless Tour back in the 90s. Yeah, I kind of lost. I used to like Garth Brooks a lot, and I also liked Tim McGraw a lot. And their true colors started coming out on who they really are, and I don't really respect either one of them anymore. But they have a right to their own opinions. Good Lord, China Dolls. My notification slides in and it covers up the chat. Oh, Simon and Garfunkel. Mm-hmm. Like a bridge over troubled waters, wasn't it? That was Simon and Garfunkel, wasn't it? I don't remember Simon's last name, but it was Art Garfunkel. I remember that. Wasn't that Bridge Over Troubled Waters? I think it was. Paul Simon. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of good duets in rock and country. I don't know if y'all remember Mo and Joe Bandy. Joe Stampley and Mo Bandy, 52nd Street. I'm surprised Willie's still around. I saw a video on him the other day, and it might have been an old one, but he was handing his guitar to his son. They said that was going to be one of his last performances. I guess that's when you like handing over what do you call it? Handing over the light. Can't remember what you call that. Everybody gonna be listening to music tonight now. I still got to do the night vision goggles. I need to get started on those. If I can at least get the box opening done, and then the little demonstration of the night, because we're supposed to be able to use them in the daytime too. The torch, that's it. Handing over the torch. Yep. I was like the light, and I could see it in my head, but I don't know. I need some medication to get my brain working. I hope y'all have a good turnout up there tomorrow night. Kind of jealous that I don't get to go, but you know, it is what it is. Not sure how night vision goggles would work in the daytime. Should blind you. Well, I think you can because it's got like a switch you push for the infrared and all that. There's no videos really on it. I think I've got it opened up somewhere. Yeah, here. Move tab to new your device, open a sidebar, move tab to new window. I mean, I'm assuming I haven't done the box opener or nothing, so where'd we go? There we are. Share screen, window, that one there. See, they're showing pictures. That one looks like night, but these are definitely daytime. So I don't know. I just assumed that you would have them daytime. That's daytime. Of course, they're just pictures, so who knows? I just figured they was just regular binoculars, and then you could turn on the infrared. But I don't know. Yeah, he must not have a catering order in the morning. Lots of people lately are saying they are having dreams of dead celebrities in hell torment. Been a lot of people die lately. I'll tell you that. You know, Angie Dickinson, Hulk Hogan, Ozzy, and then there was somebody else. It was big names. I mean, all within the last month or two. Let's see. I saw some of those videos, people saying that. Ordered 11.19. Drank too much Mountain Dew earlier. Does Mountain Dew really, does that really give you like a lot of caffeine? I need to find something. I don't really like Red Bull because that kind of makes me get jittery. But I wouldn't mind drinking a Mountain Dew if they give you energy, because sometimes I'm like exhausted and tired, don't even want to move. He's looking the wrong way. Where's the Photoshop line? Oh, he's Photoshopped in over that. But see, their videos are all them, their company. So I guess that's why they kind of want me to hurry up and get the video out. They don't have a real video on it. Do the do. Oh, all right. I may have to try that, especially like on this weekend when I've got to get up early. I used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew. That stuff made me sick, really. It made me jittery. I haven't had that for several decades now. I tried those little back when I worked at Blue Cross and Blue Shield, those little 5-hour energy shots you get at 7-Eleven or whatever, DK, whatever they're called now. And those really made me shake. Red Bulls kind of made me jittery. I don't know. Tea don't do anything, and I don't drink coffee. I usually just have an iced tea from the gas station, but I didn't leave my house today except cutting the grass. I need to cut mine. I guess that's what I'm going to be doing probably Monday. Red Bull tastes so great, but you get used to the taste. Yeah, I don't know. I need some medication that just gives me energy. Tea goes through me like a rain. Caffeine in tea does more than you think. Really? Caffeine in a tea will last way longer than soda or energy drinks without the crash. Oh man. So I really need some hard stuff because I drink tea all the time and I don't think it does anything. And apparently it does do something and I just don't realize it. I wonder how hard I would crash if I just quit drinking tea. I did buy some Gatorades and a case of water when I was at Walmart day before yesterday. I was bought Gatorades for something different. Coffee, it sticks to the sides a bit longer. I just don't drink coffee. When I worked out, when I was a kid, I would try to drink some with my dad, and I'd put so much milk in it and sugar in it, and it made it really not coffee anymore. And then when I didn't drink it for years, and when I went to work at State Hospital, every once in a while I'd have to work a double. And I'd work 3 to 11, and about 1 o'clock in the morning, I was in there making me a cup of coffee. But I put that the vanilla stuff that you pour in coffee. It was pretty good, but still has that coffee taste. I just don't like it. I mean, lots of people drink coffee though. I drink a lot of Powerade Zero. Sweet tea isn't as potent because it's diluted. Oh, okay. You get more sugar high from sweet tea. I was kind of wondering about myself there for a while, but did blood check, because a lot of times, like when I eat, I'm like, I'm falling asleep. And I was worried about that maybe it was shooting my blood sugar up and then crashing, and that's why I was getting sleepy. But I checked my blood sugar level, and it's normal. So I guess I'm just getting old and lazy. Got to keep doing something, because if you don't, you're gonna get old and lazy. Need to practice what I preach, huh? Well, kids, time for the old man to get off here and go do a head-mounted night vision goggles with screen for adults, 2,000 foot. I don't know, man. I really don't want to go anywhere, but I ain't gonna be able to see night vision at 2,000 foot. I may not elaborate on that much in the video. Hopefully they're better than the last ones I did. They were all right. I was thinking it would make, and I guess I'm thinking of like what you see on TV in the movies of the military. They flip them down, and you see the green people out there moving around because of the heat signatures. And I guess in my mind, that's what I'm thinking about night vision. Those last ones I did really didn't impress me much. Not even as good as a security camera. Security cameras are crazy. You turn that on, I mean, I can see the mailboxes across the street, and it's pitch black out there. So hopefully these do at least that good. I'll flip them down and make it look like I'm in the Army or something. I'm going to do some packing and get some sleep. I have to get up very early. I have to take Wendy to Dallas. Oh, wow, 5 a.m. Yeah, you better get some sleep. That's only a little over 6 hours, man. Well, I'm not going to hold you up. I'm not going to be to blame for you being so tired. So I'm going to get off here and get a little bit of work done. I won't get it edited probably tonight, but and on to Springfield. Yeah, just rub it in a little bit harder there, Ray. Make me feel even worse. Man, it's like a little mini vacation. You can see it, you just can't do it. You got to go do this. You got to adult. I hate doing adult stuff. Adulting. So anyhow, I guess I am going to shut her down and go fire the camera up. So thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit, hour and 45 minutes nearly, and just listening to me rattle. I enjoy it. I really do. And maybe we'll do something fun with this channel. More to come. So anyway, I will catch y'all later, and y'all have a great time tomorrow evening, Ray. I may try to get on, but we're supposed to meet my aunt and uncle and them at 5 for dinner, and then the football game starts at 7. That won't be over till 10. Then I got to come back here and load everything up. So I probably won't get to see any of the live stream if whatever you got going, but I can watch the replay. So all you peace suckers, have a great night. Peace out. Yep. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for being here. Oh yeah, we'll be live streaming on the way there. Oh, okay, cool. I don't know how far it is. How far is it? Well, let me ask you this before we go. How far is it that you got to drive? I was just kind of curious because you're making it sound like it's like a long drive. 175 miles. Well, that's a pretty good drive. Pretty good drive, but that'll be fun. Road trips are fun. To me, taking a road trip, getting to a destination is as much fun and sometimes more fun than what it is when you actually get to the destination. All the little things between there, making memories. Make some. Y'all enjoy life. Y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Just keep doing something because you're going to grow old and lazy like me. So anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Y'all be safe out there and have fun. Bye.